Hello, everybody. Welcome to Homemade God Studios Presents on this wonderful fine day we got going on. The day after the day of the day? I don't remember. It is the day after the Cinco de Drinko. We have Element 117 in the studio tonight. I can't wait to hear them play. They're going to do a special acoustic set. If you've seen them out live, this is going to be different, and I'm looking so forward to it because I've been listening to all their live videos on Facebook and loving everything I've heard. So I'm excited about this.
Thank you so much.
We have an HGS exclusive. We have an acoustic show.
An acoustic show.
Their first ever acoustic show.
It is, isn't it? Y'all said that earlier. It's going to be your first ever acoustic show.
So literally nobody has seen them play acoustic. So when they said that they were going acoustic, it was like, oh, lost your drummer, have to switch up. But also that's pretty cool because I couldn't find anywhere where they've done anything acoustic.
No.
Nope. And we were going to play a live show, but our drummer had some. Our new drummer, Derek Bachtold, killer drummer, he just had some obligations today. So, but
yeah, it's understandable. It happens. It happens. All right, let's get names around the table.
Well, I'm Wayne Anderson. We're the guitar player, lead singer of Element 117.
I'm Michael Green, lead guitar, backing vocals.
I'm Robert Runke, bass and background vocals.
And OG HGS family
yep.
member.
Yes.
Been here for some family jams.
Yeah.
Helped us with our first sound check
Our first
setup.
official sound check in this studio, yeah.
That's great. I'm Mikkel Kersey, band manager.
He's the mastermind of all this.
I bet. You got to have a mastermind somewhere, right?
Well, he had a vision, and it was 117. So thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.
Aw.
Exactly.
So explain that to us.
Go ahead, Mike.
Well, we needed a name for the band, so I came up with Element 117. And Element 117 is a heavy metal, and it was discovered in Nashville, and we're heavy metal, and we're about to be discovered in Nashville.
Shit, yeah. Nice.
So if you go to the periodic table and look up Element 117, you'll find it.
I've been meaning to do that all week, and I kept forgetting.
Well,
And I was like, I ain't doing it now. We're on camera. I ain't looking it up now.
It's called Tennessean.
Is it really?
yeah, it's discovered at Vanderbilt University.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we were going to name ourselves Kiss, but it was taken.
We had ideas for face paint and everything, man. They screwed us
They
all
took
up.
the face paint, too? Damn.
Yeah, I know.
But, he come up with this killer name, man, and it fits the band. He came up with this killer name. It fits the band because we are from Tennessee, in Tennessee, and we are a heavy metal band, original hard rock band.
Shit, yeah.
And he basically put this band together by pieces, and it's just a great thing, man. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, very excited.
Oh, I'm excited
yeah.
to see y'all do an acoustic set,
I mean,
really.
all the way where, he made me move down here from Massachusetts just to get this band going.
That's right.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he was telling me for a year. He was like, "Hey, man, my cousin, you need to play with my cousin down up in Massachusetts." I'm like, he's like, "Man, you guys would hit it off perfect, man," and he was pretty much on point,
Yes, he was.
from
Yeah,
Wow.
day one.
He's a great leader, and he's very humble, man, and he's don't have no ego, man, and he's willing to learn with us, and
Shit,
it's a great
yeah.
asset to having a band, man. And then we were looking for a bass player, and I had known Robert Runke from the scene,
Yeah.
and I would. What I liked about Robert at the moment was he was real passionate about what he did, and that's
Yeah.
kind of what got him to this point in Element 117.
It's awesome.
And it's just we're just out there just having fun.
Y'all been doing this for how many months?
As a band, we were 3 months.
3 months, yeah,
Me
because I
and
know
Mike-
it's not years.
Me and Mike.
When did you move down here, Mike?
I just got down here last June.
Wow.
Yep. And I
Wow.
think it was, around July, August, me and Wayne got together, started hashing out songs, and he came to me with a catalog and said, hey, this is what I got. Let's see what we can do. And we just, 2 nights a week, we just worked on these songs.
Shit,
and we were
yeah.
ready. We were like, yeah, you know what? Let's get a band together.
Shit,
Let's get it
yeah.
going.
That's the way
yeah,
to do
fortunate enough to grab Robert. now we got a kick-ass drummer, and we're about ready to head out.
Shit,
Start
yeah.
doing some stuff.
And the cool thing about it is too, you know, the name of the band is Element 117, and he's bringing his own element to the music.
Yeah.
You know, the music was written for everybody to have their to have their own part in it.
Yeah.
So Mike's brought some great stuff to it. Robert's brought some great stuff to it, and man, we're just having fun and excited to doing this with you guys and having the opportunity to play live, man. 'Cause that's what it's all about, man. Writing music and playing live. 'Cause there's quite a bit of original music in Nashville.
Yeah.
But it needs to be more. Creativity needs to be there, man, and we're carrying that torch.
Shit, yeah. Shit, yeah.
Just like every other band in Nashville, We're just out there, grinding it and supporting each other, and how it should be, just how music should be,
It should be. Always support it.
Exactly.
Well, we're all brothers and sisters in this game. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't understand that. I mean, it's been I've been in Nashville 30 years playing music.
Yeah, you have.
And I've been here a long time. Been in a lot of different bands. A lot of people don't realize I started out as a lead guitar player. Now I'm a bass player.
Yeah.
I've been a bass player for over 20 years now, and just fell in an instrument that I loved. And I'm just grateful to the scene we got now. The scene we got really a lot of good people in this scene.
Yes. Very true. A lot of good bands in this area. A lot of good bands.
We got another element to the band. He's not here tonight. Anthony Fox.
Yeah.
A Fox Productions, and he's our sound guy and going to be doing our recording and our albums and stuff. And Anthony's got over 25 gold and platinum albums for various artists like, he's Metallica. He's done their stuff. Aerosmith.
Awesome.
Orianthi.
Daltrey.
Wow.
Santana.
He's just doing Night Rangers live record in, I believe, Cleveland right now, getting that wrapped up. Yeah, he's pretty awesome.
Wow.
Dude.
Foreigner. He's got over 500 albums.
The name sounds familiar. I've heard the Fox Productions.
Yeah, so he's part of the team too, but he just couldn't be here tonight. Yeah, he's in Chicago.
Oh, wow.
What else?
So, for those completely unfamiliar with you, tell us what they can expect from an Element 117 show.
Well, you can expect high energy. You can expect passion, and you can expect that that you're gonna just have a good time at our show. I would want to believe.
Yes, most definitely. I've always been under the impression, if I'm going to pay $5 to see a band, I better get $5 worth. And, me, Robert, and Wayne, and our drummer, we give you a $10 show if you're going to pay $5. That's what we're there to do. We're there to entertain you. And that's our main goal. And hopefully you like the music. That's what we hope. We hope you like the music.
Well, I've been liking what I've been hearing, that's for sure.
Thank
and
you.
I
I
really
appreciate
can't wait
that.
to see the acoustic set.
Yeah, me either. This is going to be a first for us. We have never, ever, ever
But listen,
tried to play these songs acoustically.
Y'all are champs, though, because a whole lot of bands would have totally canceled.
Yeah, and we're not about that. You guys put a lot of time and effort in this to make this happen. I mean, if Mike Green had to come here by himself to play for you, he would have did that. That's why I love it.
And we would have loved it.
Yeah, we would have
'cause,
loved it. Yeah, that would have been awesome.
We're excited because Mike, you actually talked about that one time with us doing an acoustic show.
Yeah,
remember?
I did. Yeah.
He said it. This is before we had Robert. He was like, "Hey man, why don't we just do some acoustic shows?" Because Marshall Latimer, you guys know Marshall.
Yeah.
He was having the 404, and he's always have acoustic show guy open up for him. But I was like, nah, man, let's come out and fucking kick ass with rock and roll.
Shit, yeah.
And now it's time, man. We're here. This is
Exactly.
Hey, this is out of our element, but it's Element 117, man. We're excited, and we weren't gonna let Robert down, man. Robert's family to you guys, man, and it was a very decision that we made, and we were like, man, we're doing it. Robert's like, we're gonna acoustic. We're like, yeah, we are. We're not.
Exactly.
We're not. It ain't about not showing. Rock and roll is rock and roll, and
No matter how you
Shit,
play
yeah.
it.
Shit, yeah. That's it. That's it. And Robert is family here.
Yes, he
I've
is.
been waiting to hear him play with the band he's been playing with
He's
for
been
a while.
waiting.
I know he's been waiting. He has too. He's been in here a few times just to jam with people, and
Yeah, it
it's
was
great
really
just
cool
to hear him jam.
hear you to hear that you were like in a new project, and it seemed like something you're excited about. So
I really am. I mean, you know, everything I do it with passion, anyways. You know.
absolutely,
Most definitely.
you're a very
Most
passionate
definitely.
dude.
He really is.
Do we have recordings in the works?
Yeah, we'll be recording over at A Fox Production Studio. You know.
Do we have like a timeline for releases?
Oh no, it's a long process. We've got over like 20 songs.
Oh wow.
But we should have hopefully something, come, beginning of fall,
EP or something for 'em.
That's the goal.
That's
Even just
Give us something they can
even, just
physically
like,
take.
even if it's just like a 3-song EP,
maybe
just
a
to,
couple
just to
songs.
Yeah,
let
first
people
thing
hear
out
it.
we're gonna do is the 4.
for a band as new as y'all. Like that's not a bad time frame
No,
for
It's
releases.
not, no.
And, like he says, we have Anthony Fox going to do this. And so we want, he's the kind of guy that he's very busy and, we're just, everything will come together. So we're excited about it. But we're going to be playing live.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we do have a lot of live shows coming up. A couple at the 404. We're heading to Memphis
Awesome.
in a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
June
we get to play.
1st in
June
Memphis.
1st, yep, and
Beale Street.
back in Nashville after that.
We get.
And the cool thing about it is a lot of the bands we've been playing with have been touring acts. You know what I mean? Not big names, but fairly decent. If you're out there touring, you're doing something right. Yeah, national act.
Ain't that the truth?
And so, we've been fortunate enough to have people ask us play for being in a band, this thing this good. So, being in the band for 3 months, having that, we're thankful, man, and we owe it to that stage to leave it on it every night, man.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah, our friends that we played with a couple of weeks ago, Adam Baum, they're already in France, and one of the other guys we played with is in Europe also, so they're touring.
So, what are the elements of this band? What were your musical histories before this came together?
You go first.
Well, like I said, my history. Well, I've played guitar. I actually was a bass player. I was a bass player with a guy named Charles Morrill. I don't know if you heard him, but he was lead singer of Hawk with Doug Marks and Scott Travis and Judas Priest and Lonnie Vincent of the Bola Boys. He did a stint with the Bola Boys, and so I was recording over there some of my original songs that I was doing, and he was like, "Hey, let's start a band." So we started a band. I was playing bass with him, and he had some mother got sick, so evolved, just dismantled.
Yeah.
So I just picked up the guitar again, and it just was just writing, and it's all influenced like Judas Priest. I'm a Judas Priest fan. I'm a
Shit,
Kiss
yeah.
fan. I'm a Rat fan. It's Iron Maiden. It's just music of the era that I grew up on. That Element 117 has made our own, man.
Yeah.
Shoot, everybody knows my influences. I was in bands, Heavy Slayer, Metallica. I was in the thrash scene.
Yeah.
When I first started, first band I was in with Troy Robeson. It's in Edge of Madness. He's the front.
I remember
frontman
Edge of
that.
Madness.
And me and him had a band back then called Chaotic Influence. I was a co-lead guitar player with him.
Wow.
And things evolved. I went to Battleground. Me and Gene Lane put Battleground together, and that's when we had a guy by the name, after our first bass player, we had a guy by the name of Doug come in. He unfortunately passed away. We called him Doug when we first met him. He was Michael. Later on, it was Michael Johansson.
Shit.
And, he was a good close friend of me and Wayne's.
Yeah, I was actually playing with Michael, when that tragedy happened,
Wow.
Yeah, and he was my bass player, and he went crazy when I told him I was going to play bass.
Yeah, that's kind of funny because Michael Johansson basically was the beginning of this One Element 17 movement.
Yeah.
Because he was playing bass and I was playing guitar, and a really great bass player, man. I mean, it was just to be playing with someone at his caliber was kind of cool, because I was not a guitar player. Like I said, he was an influence on me when I started picking up that guitar.
Yeah.
He made me want to become a better bass player, because of the way he played when I played with him in Battleground. He pushed me that much harder, and he was so excited about me going to the instrument. And then I got on this instrument and fell in love with it. This instrument I love to play. I can play the guitar. I love playing the bass.
Yeah, the bass is fun.
Yeah, you know, nothing like that instrument. Yeah.
I don't know. As for me, you know, like I said, number one, I'm originally from Massachusetts, so, you know, growing up, hanging out with Nunu Betancourt from Extreme, you know, yeah, just people like that. Peter Constantagus, one of my biggest influences. You know, just seeing people like that, and I mean, anybody that touches an instrument, whether you get behind a mic or you're holding a tambourine in your hand, it's somehow, some way you've influenced me.
Wow.
You know, that's just, I try to do.
I get that, because I feel that same way.
Exactly. You know, I try to do as much on the guitar as possible. You know, I bring a different element in just because of where I'm from. The style that we play up in Massachusetts is a little different down here, and you know, but it's all just music. And even you know, a lot of the guitar players here, I'm at the clubs, you know, constantly watching these guys, watching all these bands, these great bands out there, and I'm sitting there saying, boy, you know, you never steal. You always borrow.
Always
and
borrow.
I'm borrowing everything from anybody and everybody that I can. You know, but I mean,
that's rock and roll, right there.
Exactly.
I mean,
That's exactly what it is.
Roll.
It's rock and roll. You know, I mean, my passion, I'm not going to lie, is jazz. I love jazz. I love jazz guitar. Wes Montgomery, George Benson's one of my idols. But I mean, if I have to come down to it, I am a pure metalhead. And when I say metal, I go down to, you know, Flesh God Apocalypse. I've seen Arch Enemy 3 times. You know, Meshuggah. It's one of my favorites.
Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah, Cannibal Corpse. I mean, I get down. It was a little while I was into that, you know, Norwegian black metal for a little, you know, listening to, you know, Dimmy Borger and all that stuff. But you know, it's anything and everybody. You know, it's weird for the style that I play on guitar. 3 of my major influences on guitar are George Benson, Roy Clark, and Eddie Van Halen.
Shit, yeah.
And you know what I mean? You take them 3 and you go, wow.
Yeah.
That just makes no sense, but for me it does.
I can't wait to hear it. I mean, I've heard it, but I can't wait to see the acoustic part of it.
No, I've witnessed it too, because I was like, yeah. I've listened to stuff that I normally wouldn't listen to because of him, like especially Rammstein. I'm not a big Rammstein fan.
Yeah,
you know,
but their music part, I mean,
just
their fucking videos.
I love them.
Yeah, he
Lights
showed me
coming out of his
videos, and
mouth.
I'm like, wow. I knew about them, and I knew how big they were, and I knew people loved them and everything, and it's just like I said, if it wasn't for Green, I probably would have never ever listened to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he showed me some cool videos. I appreciate that. And Mike, Mikkel, you know, give your little sense about this too.
My musical background?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
I've been involved in music for over 55 years. Started out probably when I was like 9 years old, or younger. One of the guys I was in grade school with, his cousin was the keyboard player for the Royal Guardsmen, and they did, and the Kingsmen did Hang On Snoopy.
Hang on, Snoopy.
Yeah, so, you know, that was probably the first, you know, when the college in the town where I grew up in Hillsdale, Michigan, Hillsdale College, had them play there, and it was his cousin, so we, you know, everybody was a lot older, you know, there's all college kids, and we're like 8, 9 years old, and we're all backstage, on stage with his cousin, and got to know all them guys, and then when I moved to Connecticut, my best friend's dad was Jim Gurley, and he was vice president, and he was actually in charge of Ovation Guitars, and you know, he's the one that wrote Hello Mary Lou for Ricky Nelson, and he was best friends with Glenn Campbell. So when I was like 12 years old, you know, I'd be at Lad's house, and we're downstairs blasting like the Rolling Stones or something, and here comes this guy stumbling out of the back bedroom, and we didn't know Glenn was there, but Glenn was sleeping. Yeah, and then he came out, and it was cool. He was cool. So I've known Glenn Campbell since I was 12 years old, and Johnny Winters, Edgar Winters, and just a whole slew of famous artists and stuff like that. So, and then his father also had a guitar company, a pedal steel guitar company, Deckley pedal steel guitars. So I probably made over 2,000 guitars, and made a couple of electric guitars. Made one for Phil Baugh here in Nashville, Tennessee. Had pedals on it. It looked like a Stratocaster, but it had foot pedals on it. and he was offered over $10,000 for that guitar a couple of times, and so I came to Nashville, you know, like over 40 years ago, and I was hanging out with like Buddy Emmons and Little Jimmy Dickens and Phil Baugh and Johnny Cash and who else? Waylon, all those kind of people. Chris, you know, because my friend's dad knew them all, and so you know, you
get to hang out with them.
Oh yeah, we go to their houses and stuff like that while we were here and stuff like that, and George Jones, you know, I was with George Jones the night he ran into that bridge. You know,
Which one, with the lawnmower or the car?
Oh, with a car, because we were at a pedal steel convention over at by the airport in this hotel there, and all of a sudden somebody go, George just ran into the bridge, and you know. But anyway, so then I was also in the concert, you know, put on some concerts and out in Washington State, and I worked a lot. I probably worked over 2,000 concerts. I was in charge of the main stage security at Woodstock '99.
Oh wow! Really?
Yeah, he's actually. If you watch the video, if you watch the documentary, he's there with James Brown, I believe.
Oh,
wow!
Yeah. So you didn't get on the stage unless I let you on stage.
Wow!
It's kind of funny because
and Lars kept running and punching me in the back because I had a curtain. Michael, it's me, Lars. I want to see this band. I want to see. Open the curtain. Okay, you want to watch Kid Rock? Okay. Oh, shut the door.
Yeah, we would be places, you know, we'll be at a bar or something, you know, or doing something, and people would be from out of town, and they'd be talking, and then Michael knows these guys. It's kind of like Michael knows everybody kind of thing. It's a trip.
I worked for like the news for like 30 years or so. NBC, ABC, CBS, ESPN, ABC Sports, CBS Sports, NBC Sports, RAI, Italian Television.
Wow.
We got a great manager.
You do, yeah.
And then I worked at the WWE. I was an engineer and a cameraman there, and helped build a recording studio there for Jim Johnston, who was the head guy in the music department, and did all the recordings there. And I was sitting there one day, and I goes, "Well, I got a friend of mine that plays guitar. We need some stuff intros for the wrestlers." And when we'd sit there, I had as big as your whole place is. You imagine putting CDs in every spot in this place, because we used to get CDs from every artist on the planet wanting to be
an intro.
Right. So I call up my friend Jimmy Bell, who's in the House of Lords and Autograph, and I say, "Hey, Jimmy, you want to do some songs?" Yeah. Brought him down there, and boom, he did like, I don't know, maybe 18 intros.
Wow.
You know, and so that was good. We worked on Broadway, and you know, I was doing camera one time, and we had Howard Stern. It was his birthday, and a guy comes up and taps me on the shoulder. He goes, "Michael." I said, "What?" He says, don't be nervous or nothing, but you're the first person to ever put Howard Stern on every billboard in Times Square. You are hooked up to every single billboard on Times Square." I said, "Okay, maybe I'll just put him out of focus just a little bit." You know?
I will say this: the one thing I remember about Mikkel, he used to be at all the family events. Then one day he disappeared. We never saw him again. In case you didn't know, we are related.
Yeah.
And Mike's from New Bedford. And,
And Michael's a rocker, man. He likes heavy metal music.
Shit, yeah.
Man. It's crazy, man.
So,
But one more thing, Mike. We pay homage to Mike, man. I do. I'm inspired, and that's the name of song that we have. It's called Inspired. I'm inspired by him.
Oh, I am now.
Yeah,
I mean,
just because his passion is his belief in this band, man.
Yeah.
I owe it to him to go out there, regardless of what we sound like, because it's about having fun, man. It's about believing in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Mike.
Well, Wayne would call me. It'd be 3 o'clock in the morning. Michael, listen to this. Well, fix that, fix this. Okay. 10 minutes later, Michael, how's that? Oh yeah, that sounds great. Let's go. All right, next song.
Yeah, we did. We were, I think, like in a 5-day span.
Because he took a week off, and we were like 24 hours a day, just writing these songs over the phone. You know, I mean, he'd do them, send them to me. I'd check them out on my running through my computer and all this sort of stuff, and And then we got him down, and then finally Michael came down here, and because I've been after him since I've known him since he was like.
Yeah, because he had that vision. Because the intent was
and I always
never
told him
to play him live. The intent was just to do him for my sanity, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he had the vision the whole time, man. He had it in his back pocket. He believes in it, man. And
Shit, yeah.
And if he can believe in me and Mike and Robert that much, I mean, the least we can believe in what we're doing.
Yeah.
I moved 1,100 miles down here.
Shit,
You
yeah.
know?
his whole family, yeah.
Yeah, away from the whole family.
And moved jobs and everything.
Yeah.
It was like a big move, So he's got a lot of faith in me, and I got a lot of faith in him. And I've been talking to him about.
Oh my God! Every time I came down here on vacation, when you moving down? When you moving down? I
Yeah.
got a band for you. I got this band for you. That's all I heard for years. Yeah.
And it's all coming together. It's it doesn't happen overnight. I mean, it might happen overnight when it happens, but it's not happening overnight. It's a long, long process.
It really is.
Even when it looks like it happens overnight, it didn't happen overnight.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm inspired by you too. First of all, I have a shit ton of Glenn Campbell records at home. It's so cool that you knew him as a kid.
Oh yeah, well, I was sitting there when they because Glenn couldn't write music, so Jim, Lad's dad, we're sitting at a kitchen table like this. Oh, it was glass top, and he's charting out Wichita linemen. I seen it in my own eye. I was sitting right there, and Jim would put the notes down, and I seen him do it when I was
Wow.
13 years old.
That's good vibes.
Shit, yeah.
That's incredible.
And then the whole thing, if you listen to Hello, Mary Lou, well, Ricky Nelson was like, I don't know, Jim said he was like 14 or 16 when he did that song for him. And he bet Ozzy, it wasn't originally called that, it was something else, and they changed it over for him. And Jim bet like 6 months' pay that it'd be a #1 hit in Europe. And he told this to the NAMM convention, because I had to go to this interview at NAMM, and he wanted the history before Jim died and everything. And if you listen to that record, hello, Mary Lou. Well, that's Jim singing, because he was doing the sound engineering, and he'd do the hello, Mary Lou, because Ricky Nelson couldn't do that. His voice couldn't physically do it. So if you listen, you'll hear my friend's dad on that one part, and that's when Glenn was like also in the Beach Boys way back.
Yeah.
So they knew all them people. And the weirdest story I ever heard is like when Jim died, and all Lad's cousins came out from the West Coast and Colorado and stuff, and California, and we're talking, and I was talking about how I was at my friend's parents' 40th anniversary, and they had a Jackson 5 playing there. Now it's like Michael Jackson was probably like 9, 10, 12 years. They were little.
Yeah.
And I was hanging out with Tito and stuff like that, and Jermaine, and then he goes, well, his cousin tells me, he says, well, you know that moonwalk thing? I goes, yeah. He goes, well, I taught him that. I go, what? He goes, we're doing roofing at that place where he had like all the animals. I don't know.
Yeah, Neverland.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
place.
Neverland.
So they were tarring the roof up there. And that. And so they come out, and he goes, yeah. He says, I'm out there, and I'm trying to scrape this tar off my feet. So he's standing up like this. And Jermaine, right, comes up and he goes, hold it. Let me go get my brother. He's got to see this. And he runs in and gets Michael and goes, show him. And
he starts doing it.
And that was it. That's where the moonwalk really came from.
Wow. That is amazing.
Then he goes, and then another story, he says, then we went over to do Bob Dylan's house, and he had like this $13 million mansion, and he never spent one day in it. I'm there, what happened? He says the house was finished and everything, and it was a recording studio, big, huge mansion, and an earthquake come, and it was condemned. He never even spent one day in the whole house.
Great
That's
stories.
the story for that.
Wow. So you've been around legends. Shit, yeah.
So, for my own selfish personal reasons, what advice do you have for anybody in Nashville who's trying to manage like a brand new up and coming, well, not even necessarily brand new, but what is it like to manage a project out of Nashville? And like, I think Nashville bands are learning that they got to get out of Nashville if they're going to be as successful as they want to. But aside from that, like, what advice do you have for Nashville managers?
Just don't give up. Just you have to meet people. You have to know people if you don't already know them. It's easier if you already know them. But Yeah, you're not going to make it big in Nashville. You can make it big and come back to Nashville and play like a stadium or an arena or you know, something like that. But as far as you might be, if you're a musician, you might be on Broadway. Because I have lots of friends on Broadway that play there like all the time, and you can do the Broadway thing, or some of them do the Broadway thing and then they go on tour. But most of the actual artists that I know that are on tour don't. You know, they've all played on Broadway, but it's not something they're going to fight with the traffic and go pay $40 to park.
It's not an easy life to live,
and
that
then-
Broadway gig and shit.
Not
And
at
then
all.
walk out of a gig at night by yourself, because back then.
Oh, it's very easy to get robbed as
That's
a
what I'm
Broadway
saying,
Yeah.
you know?
musician too.
Yeah.
Yeah, or and you get, you know, there wouldn't be no Broadway if there weren't any musicians.
Yeah.
But not one of them bars is going to pay for your parking.
No.
They might give you a little sticker, so you only got to pay $10 or $15 to park. But there's only a few bars that do that. So if you check it out, if you was to go down, you'll see these guys walk 2 miles.
Yeah.
They'll park,
I've seen them.
you know,
I have
and that's
seen them
why
because
they
they're
have those
parked somewhere
carts and
else.
stuff like
Yeah.
that. And then they'll play one bar, and you're done at 10, and then you got to haul up. Say you're playing down at Bootleggers, and you're playing 6 to 10, and then all of a sudden you start at actually 10:05 at, you know, at Tootsie's or something.
Yeah.
You gotta run up, and if you're there on a Friday, Saturday night, when
You're
there's
not
like
running up.
Forget it.
Yeah.
a
Forget
gazillion
it.
People,
All
yeah.
them drunk bitches that you gotta weave and bob through, especially if you're carrying instruments.
Yeah.
You know, and
I've seen people do it, and I've been drunk around the people doing it before downtown, and it's.
Or I had friends that had, you know, them dollies, and he's playing, and all of a sudden he gets done playing, and his dolly's gone.
Yeah.
Because they park it right inside the bar, sometimes right inside the front door.
Right inside the front door.
So you got to watch your gear too. I mean,
Yeah.
there's, you know, but as far as managing a band goes, it's a lot of work. A lot of work. There's not only the work of that; it's the work of the band members themselves, and then there's the promotion, and it's just a lot of. Just don't give up.
Like Michael likes to tell us all the time, and he always instills in us: play for the passion. Everything else will come.
Yeah.
But we got to go up there and play for the passion. Can't go
makes
up there
so
looking
much
to make
sense, yeah.
$1 million. Mikkel always says, "Listen, you guys go up there, play for the passion.
Shit, yeah.
Everything else will come eventually."
Yeah.
And that's what we do.
Yeah, and the cool thing about it is too is we all have good jobs.
Shit,
We're
yeah.
all either business owners or have good jobs that we can be creative.
Yeah.
So let's say it for the people in the back, for one more time for the bands in the back. How important is it to have a stable personal life to really be able to do this shit and feel like you are moving forward with the music?
That is the number one thing. Not
Yeah.
only you have to have that stable life, but you got to have them people that are behind you.
Yeah.
You know, like
You got to have that support.
my cousin, my wife, they will. I've seen them go without just so I can be on that stage.
Wow.
You know, they'll sacrifice pain, food, hunger,
Time.
just time, just to see me get up on that stage.
Shit, yeah.
And that's what you got to have. You know, that little bit of negativity, you have no idea what it does to a musician.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you have no idea what it does to a musician. So if you
think
have
we
them
do.
positive,
We've been
yeah, you
around it
do.
before.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We've
and
been
that's
around
the
it.
one thing, you know, Mikkel and Melissa always, you know, keeps us positive. They always keep us positive.
And if you go, I've been to plenty of shows with Mike too, and it don't matter who's up there, you're gonna hear this guy.
Yeah.
When that song's done, you're gonna hear him. It ain't fake. He's really
he's loving it.
He's rooting for you, and that's what it's about, man. That's what he instills, man. It's about, you know, support, man.
Sure,
like
yeah.
you said, because it takes a lot of his time. It takes a lot of his wife's time. I've seen his wife make big dinners, man. You know, he's come out of his own pocket like you did. Thank you for the tacos, like you did.
No problem.
Because you guys are you're not doing this for the money.
No,
You're doing
I do this
you're
for
doing
you
the
guys.
passion. And like I
Yeah.
said, getting back to it, like Mike McHale said, he has a lot of friends that play on Broadway. That's their job.
Yeah.
This is our passion.
Shit, yeah. This
And-
is mine. Yeah,
and,
that's.
And if people don't have passion, you're not going to have a stairway to heaven to learn.
No.
You know, if Jimmy Page was doing it for the money, he would have never. He would have never.
You
wrote
never would have
that
done.
song.
Yeah.
So, passion rules the game.
See, our band is different than a Broadway band. We don't play a jukebox.
No.
We're all original music, so we can't really play anywhere on Broadway because there's nowhere on Broadway for an original band to play. If there is, it's off Broadway a couple of blocks or something like Bowie's or Acme Feed and Seed will do original acts one time. But, you know, so it's, you know, if you're going to be a manager of a...
Like, there's one place across from, I don't remember where, but... that's another question that I want to ask you too. Like, is there any place left in music for the way things have changed for bands to do that shit where like they're, you know, everyone in Nashville says it still to this day, like, we're just going to do covers first and then over time we'll work in our originals. And so you'll see some of those bands on Broadway, they'll have their own takes on stuff, but you know that they wish that they could be making money just doing their own shit, and it takes so long to even work on their own shit because they have to learn these songs from Broadway.
Right, we're doing it just the opposite. We're just not doing any cover tunes at all original. So when you come to one of our shows, you're going to see there is no, like, computer, you know, Milli Vanilli, whatever.
Though I will say,
No
I've always wanted to metal out Barry White's My First, My
shit,
Last,
yeah,
My
that would be
Everything.
awesome.
That's got the right tempo
but
for it.
listen,
It really does.
If you're a metalhead though who has an eclectic taste in music, you know you want to metalify the shit out of a lot of songs.
Yeah.
Most definitely. But Barry White's My First, My Last, My Everything, that tempo, it just screaming metal. It's screaming double bass.
Yeah, it's true. But here's one for you: original acts, especially local acts. We've had venues. We were doing this. I mean, we've had Bowie's.
Yeah.
Bowie's was open up for original acts.
Yeah.
Michelle had opened that door. We let that down. If you want to, if original acts want, local original acts want to get paid and want to have venues to play in, you have to go to the shows.
Yeah.
Bands have to support because that's the place. You start losing venues to play at, then you ain't got nowhere to play.
That's
because
true.
ain't no one going to pay you to play if they don't know who you are.
Yeah.
Why do you think the Roxy and the Whiskey in California hit us so big? Because Poison was watching Motley Crue.
Yeah.
People were going to watch, Stephen Pearcy Red was going to watch Van Halen.
Yeah.
It didn't care who you were. If you have a venue like we have the 404 right now, and that's on its way out, you know what I mean?
It got oversaturated really quick.
It did.
Yeah,
It did.
But still, if you have a place to play, the band's got to go. Make time to go.
Go to the
Regardless if you don't like
shows.
the band, go there and support. Show the bar owner, man, I can make money doing original acts.
Yeah.
And then next you know, you'll fall in love with the bands. Like Robert did Element 117.
Yeah.
Hey, you know, but I've seen local bands that I really didn't care for. They weren't my kind of music, but when I watched them, they put on a hell of a show. You know, that's what impressed me.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they were, you know, I paid a little bit of cover at the door, and they were actually original groups. You know, and they actually, like
Put
I said,
on a
wasn't
show.
but man, they were incredible.
Yeah.
You know,
I've seen a few
They
too.
put on a hell of a show. Nick, what is that one? Nick, he does a lot of cover tunes, but he does a lot of girl songs and stuff, which kind of freaks me out. But I mean, he's good at what he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Valise?
Valise, yeah. And the thing about it is
He's a hell of a fucking performer.
oh, dude, he's one of the great guitar players that this town has seen. I mean, you talk about Eddie Van Halen in the flesh, that dude can do it, man.
Wow.
He's a great guy. And I'll tell you this, Element 117 just ain't a band. If you play with Element 117, we're going to bring gear. We're going to bring sound systems so you can sound good. That's why we know these bands, because when it's all said and done, I don't get to go home.
Yeah.
Man, I have a tile business. I'm up at 4:30 in the morning. I'm leaving shows. Me and Mike's with me. Robert's with me.
Man,
Michael leaves the because he works at the post office in Dixon. He's got to get up really early, but he stays as much as he can. But I don't break down my system. I let the guys
let the
play to
music.
that system. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I can stay there, so can you.
Yeah.
Because that's what it's going to take. Hard work and dedication, man, pays off.
Shit,
And
it does.
we've stayed there. You know where I work. I've
Yeah.
done repair
Robert's
work for
done
you.
it too.
You know, I go an extra, 2 hours sleep into work working on cars. You know.
Yeah, because you go play and you're like, man, I got to go pull all these subwoofers out. And we don't mess around. We bring 4 subs. You're running through 4 subs. You're running through a good system. You know what I mean?
Shit, yeah.
Because the whole thing is you got to put on the show. We want every band to sound good.
Yeah.
Not just us.
All of
Every band has to. Everybody has to give into it. And you do. You get commodity. You have 4 or 5 bands playing at once. But when the night's over, everybody goes their own way.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like I said, I'm 53 years old, playing in a fucking hard ass rock band.
Shit,
man.
yeah.
You know, I don't get no better than that.
No.
Why can I do it? Because I can. I don't have to do this, and that's why we can write great music. I believe.
Yeah.
I'm 54 and still playing. You know. I mean,
Yeah.
You know, it's not. I gave up about being a star 20-something years ago. You know. I lost
MJ.
that. I was. You know. I'm just in it because I love what I do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all about the love and passion for it.
Like I said, that's what it's about.
That
Play
is.
for the
That's why
passion.
this was built, for the passion for music.
You can tell
And-
like which bands have the passion because it
You
shows
can.
in like how easy, like they say if you love what you do, you won't work a day in your life. And like, yeah, it's hard work. Anybody can look at it and see like you're hustling and it's hard and like there's a lot going on behind the scenes. But the people that can pull that off and it doesn't feel hard, like, or like there's no other way that you could imagine like working. Like, of course you're going to work hard on this. Of course you're going to, make sure you cultivate the connections it takes to, build a network for your project at any stage of the project, not even when it's new, but like continuously throughout, pulling your literally human resources and being good guys out in the world, like how important all these factors are. You see the people who can pull all of that off. It's always the people who have the passion. A lot of people can say what they want to do, but it's not easy for them to do because they don't have the energy lined up for it.
You hit it right on the head.
Yeah, she did. She
Yeah.
did, because
Some
she's
people-
right.
Some people have to. That's their living, and they got to grind. I mean,
Yeah.
And I imagine it would be. If I had to do this, if I had to make money doing this, oh
Yeah.
my Lord, I think
I'd be living under some freaking
my motivation-
overpass.
My motivation would probably be different. I think I would try harder.
Yeah.
But man, it's a lot just to get it to where we're at right now, and to be able to support, pay a mortgage or that, but that's the reason why we're here. This is why we can write songs like Pain and Agony, and Let Our Voices Cry, and Fear, and Step Back, because no one's putting the pressure on us.
Yeah.
And hopefully somebody sees that and appreciates that and gives us a break.
And then we go, all right, we got 30 songs. Here they are. Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you have that passion and creativity, if you can write one, you can write 2.
Yeah.
I believe Nina, she's an artist herself.
Kita is, yeah.
Yeah, and she knows what it's like to be in bands and have to leave a band because of certain motives or this. Man, it's I'm just thankful that I do this for release, and I think that's when creativity comes, when you can release.
Yeah.
Michael,
You're right.
Michael playing the lead. We'll be sitting there practicing, and we'll sit there and I can already tell when he's thinking, because he can take the time to be creative. If he's sitting there trying to make money, he's gonna rush himself, or
Yeah.
He
he's not
already
gonna,
knows which direction he needs to go.
Exactly.
Off the feeling and making
Yeah.
sure
right
you
now.
get it right.
And I think it's way in my advice to young guys that are trying to be in a rock band: get a job.
Yeah.
Put the work in, man. Do the overtime. I go work all day long. He goes work all day long. He works all day long. And then we go practice on Friday nights or Tuesday nights. Then we be creative.
Shit,
And
yeah.
there's no pressure.
That's
What's
the way to
your
do it,
motive?
though. Yeah.
You'll never work a day in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. You never work a day in your life if you enjoy what you're doing.
Mhm.
You got to pay the bills, man.
You do.
Because you can't rough it no more. People, back in the 80s, man, you could rough it.
Yeah.
People let you live at their house. Let me go try to live at my buddy's house.
Yeah, you
Let me
can't
go
do
tell
that. Yeah.
Let me go, even a 20-year-old kid, he might be able to, the 20-year-old kids nowadays don't have houses.
Yeah.
You can
They
tell
don't
them-
have nowhere. They got
Yeah, at least when I was young, you could go stay at mom's house. My buddy had 10 kids staying at his mom.
when I was
That's not gonna
18.
fly.
I will say that's one thing that did help me at the age of 17 years old, I was how can I say this a nice way? I think I was stupid enough to join the United States Marine Corps.
Not the only one.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you.
there's 6 years in the Marine Corps, and
That,
you know,
at
yeah,
44, at 44,
thank you so
at 4,400, they showed me on the paper. It looked good.
And I'll tell you, you got no choice but to grow up then. You know?
Yeah.
And that's where I got my drive from. You know, because I had no direction before that, none at all.
And if you notice in our band, everybody in our band except myself, Michael, Robert, Mike, Derek, all military, man. You know what I mean? And they're driven, man. They understand sacrifice, man.
They also have discipline.
Yeah,
as
they're,
fuck.
yeah, discipline. Yeah, so it's just great. It's just great connection, man. If you can find that, you know, it's priceless.
It is.
Like you know, you've been to play around a lot of bands that fought over money and not going fast enough.
Oh yeah, or their record label wants this song, that song, and another song, and it's just a lot of pressure on them. Where it's like, I had, you know, when I was 19 years old, I was actually flying combat missions, like I was steering the airplane, you know.
Yeah.
When I was 19.
Shit.
You know, I went in when I was 17 too. So, yeah. So, and kids today, you know,
They're not doing that.
They don't take pride in our
you can
country.
get them to go mow the lawn somewhere.
They don't take pride in our country. You know?
Not the they don't take pride in themselves. It seems.
true.
That's what it
true.
seems.
That's true.
As the
I've
young
met
one
some
at
young
the
ones.
table, let's not categorize them
No,
all.
I'm not
that
trying
way.
to-
That's
Not
how
all.
they
It's
get
not-
made out to
Not
be on
all.
social media. But you know, the
I've seen a
17
lot,
to 19-year-olds, like even Jay. Well, I
Yeah,
mean, Jay's
I mean,
different,
he's
though.
different,
My
though,
son
but-
is very different. He's an old soul.
He
but,
is.
like, whatever softness, and I'm such a hippie, too, so I'm speaking really as a hippie, not even as a mom of this upcoming generation. But, yeah, that softness I think is needed because now we're actually going to give a fuck about each other's feelings. We're going to give a fuck about, like, we're not going to go and serve in the military unless we know, like,
We have
there's
to.
corruption everywhere now.
you're
This
totally
is what
right.
happens. Like, it's so hard to not be apathetic about anything when everything looks fucking miserable.
Yeah,
You're totally right. 'Cause
You're
it's
right
about
that.
exposed.
But what's
Yeah.
also happening because of that is everyone's tapping into their feelings, and especially through COVID, you had no choice but to sit at home with your fucking feelings and your thoughts. God help you if you didn't have a creative outlet. So we're getting a lot more like artistic thinkers.
Yes, very
Yeah.
true.
Well,
Very
Which I
true.
think is what we need to be creative to solve these problems that we've never been able to fucking solve. So like if we can get the AI shit like legislated properly, we can just use that shit to solve everything.
You're totally correct.
But like speaking of like, you know, things evolving and changing, especially with the new generations coming in, people around my age are like record label owners. So like, do you think that is there still a place for up and coming bands when like literally everything has to be done kind of like by yourself anyways for a really long time? You have to be successful about that to get any record deal.
You know, I'll
Yeah.
Worth its salt.
I'll key in on this. Growing up and on my generation, I'm the baby of the group. Number one, I'm 52. But you know, our generation is we're the meat and potatoes. You know,
Yeah.
we just plug into an amp, a guitar, and go. But I will say this: the creativity of these youngsters these days, with the effects boards and the using the laptops and this, and I just sit there and I'm just like, wow, man.
We're gonna have to
It's
show
amazing.
them some
You
of
are
that
in,
on the
you know,
paper.
just
Oh, yeah.
they're just incredible. I really see the direction of where these young kids are going with music, and I'm just applauding, like, wow, you go,
There's
you
an
go.
artist, There's an artist out there, and he plays in Nashville a lot. Sometimes with the trio, but by himself. Senny Hunt.
Yep.
Love that
Yes.
guy. You know him. You
Yeah.
heard
Yes,
him.
yes,
Oh,
we
yeah.
know. Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. He's been at the 404.
I've got another one.
acoustic.
I've really,
Yeah.
she impressed me. Her name's Erin Corbin. She's a little ukulele player.
Oh wow! I think
She
I've seen a
is
video
awesome.
of hers.
Yes, she is
I think I've
very
seen a
awesome.
video.
Plays this thing like it's a guitar.
You
You know, she's up there with a bass player and a drummer and just playing it like it was a guitar with
Wow.
a wah-wah pedal and everything.
It
I
all,
was like, damn.
It all comes down to, I'm going to go to my grave saying this. If the scene don't support, it's not a scene. You take every scene that ever existed. Haight-Ashbury. back in the day. They all went there.
Grunge,
Janis
yeah.
Joplin, Jimi Hendrix,
The grunge
Sunset
scene
Strip.
was, yeah. Sunset Strip, Seattle.
Seattle.
Northern
Yeah.
California, Seattle, the scene.
The scene.
People supported the scene.
Austin, Texas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
Texas,
you don't support, if
Austin.
the bands have their, yeah, we have you. Oh, well, they can stream my music. Let them stream your music.
Yeah.
Why ain't there a record label? Because if they see a scene, people will invest
I
in
will,
the scene.
yeah, and I will say this: coming from Massachusetts, I saw the Rhode Island scene and I saw the Boston scene. I saw all the clubs that bands like Jay Giles,
Yeah.
Aerosmith, Boston, Extreme. I've been to all them clubs. I've played all them clubs. None of them are in existence to this day.
Yeah.
They're all gone
Yeah, I lived
because nobody supported the scene anymore.
I lived on Revere Beach, where the Atlantic Lounge,
Wow.
where Aerosmith used to play. Yeah, the clubs are dying.
Yeah.
The
They
owners
are.
can't keep them up because Element 117, Sammy Hunt
Yeah, Sammy
goes in
Hunt.
there. Me and this guy's blown away by Sammy Hunt.
Yeah.
There's 10 people in there. That guy, there should be 100. Every
should
band
be,
in
yeah.
Nashville, Tennessee should be supporting that kid.
Yeah.
Because where's Sammy come out of Nashville? That's the scene. You have to make a buzz. And if you don't make a buzz, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way it was when I was, growing up on the East Coast or whatever. My friend's dad owned Electric Ladyland, and he actually owned like Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin and all. But so they take me over there, and me and Juliet would go over and then they introduced me to their friends, and then I got to be friends with Rick Ocasek and the Cars, and
Wow.
we'd be, and then they said, well, let's go over here. We're going over here, and it opened up, and here's this band player, and it's the Ramones, and then they go, hey, come on, let's go over here. We're gonna go see Joan Jett. All right, so then take me over to CBGB's, and we go see Joan Jett. Then Joan Jett. So well, let's go over here and see this, Deborah Harry, whatever. But they all hung out, and then we'd go up to Cape Cod, or we'd go to Boston. And then we hang out, and it would be a big party over at like Jay Giles' house. That's when he was going out with what's her name from Bonnie and Clyde.
Can't
She
remember.
was Bonnie and Clyde,
In the movie,
the
yeah.
famous movie star. Anyway, so but we'd be over there, and then we'd go home and I'd go back to my friend's Mike's house, and Mike Duke, and then Duke and the Drivers, and they were best friends with like Bowser from Sha-Na-Na, and then we go upstairs, and there's this guy. He's a famous disc jockey, Eddie, on the radio station, and he's got this pinball machine up there. So okay, we go up there, and me and Rick are playing pinball, and then comes like Kiss, right? And it's a Kiss machine, and me and Rick kicked their ass on their own pinball machine. It's just little like, but everybody went to parties with everybody. It's like these guys would, James Montgomery would be there with Jay Giles and the guys from the Cars, or we'd be at like the Warner Brothers house, or after the
Yeah.
show, and all these big record labels have houses all over the country where the artists go afterwards and stuff. But those bands supported each other.
Yeah.
We're at Harvard, and there's all these studios there, and then it goes, oh, Michael, want to meet these guys? Yeah. Well, this is Boston. I'm like, what? Yeah, they had a band, but they didn't have a band. They made the music, and then all of a sudden they had to become a band because they didn't have a band. I'm like,
Yeah.
what? And then, everybody's in these, like when I go up to see Michael up in New Bedford, he would take me over to this huge thing, man. It's like
The warehouse.
The Mills.
Yeah, the mill. Yeah.
and it was like band after band after band after band after band, and they're all
hanging out, singing each other at
Well, they
when they're
Exactly,
practice,
yeah.
they step
You
in a
see
room.
that here in Nashville. I have seen that. Last
Yeah,
year it was really big, but it's kind of seems to be. I don't know if it's some of the venue's fault or what, but you don't see it as much. But I do recall seeing a lot of that, and it ebbs and flows in Nashville a lot.
An issue that some bands take with the local scene is the venues, and it's all different capacity sizes, but just the venues not promoting all of the acts. Like sometimes the venues will say like, hey, we have this show coming up, but it seems like they don't do that for all their shows. But also like the bands that seem to be successful, like it really is important to not isolate yourself. We've been saying it. I especially have been saying it for years now. Like the collective. Like I saw the shit coming. You weren't going to be able to depend on the same old route to get successful with music. If you were going to have a shot, number one, you just had to be fucking good. You had
Yeah,
to
you had to be good.
Practice.
You have to work. You have to get it right. I've seen bands doing that.
Nashville is so good, and like I get it, because like there's a lot of people who just grow up playing music, so not everyone's gonna feel like they really need to do something with it. But if you're going to put in the effort, like everybody wants to make money off of a show, so your show has to be worth paying for.
Yeah.
Or you make merch, so that, but like you got to have people at the show to buy your merch. So
Yes.
Yeah.
but like I saw it coming. Like you were gonna have to have in-house like everything. So we have just from HGS, and then of course definitely like Asylum, and then Joffing's part of the HGS collective too. We have photographers that we can call on. We have videographers that we can call on. We have all different musicians that will sit in for anything. This one right here.
This one here, yeah.
He's a reliable, like, hey, you want to come jam?
Sure.
Yeah.
We have sound guys who even like consult us with stuff in here sometimes.
Yeah, we've had a few come in here and showed me a lot, because I taught myself everything on the sound, and these guys showed me things. I mean, I taught myself everything in here.
That's what it's about.
And I mean, I'm do it yourself
Yeah.
all the way. I mean,
Homemade God. Homemade
that's
God
Homemade
Studio.
God. A friend of mine came up with that name, and I asked him if I could use it when I started building it in that little studio back there. And he said, yeah, sure. And that's just a name I've loved, and that's kind of what got it
All
going.
homemade. Oh, but
Gross.
basically we have like everything covered just from the friendships that we've made along the way.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like that comes from hanging out after shows and talking, hanging out before you have to like load up. Like it comes
Having
from
a-
those like personal face-to-face connections, and especially if you're a musician, going to a like obviously, you know, get to know the people on your bill. But also, if you're going out to a show, which everyone should do if you can, we get it. We have families and
Yes.
work. But if you like have, you know, a pretty empty schedule show wise or recording wise, and you can go to some shows, talk to the musicians. You're a musician. It's so valuable to, number one, have like that exchange of advice. Like bands will sit in here and just
Yeah.
talk and like talk
talk.
about their recording, talk about booking, we'll exchange contacts, like all sorts of things. But then you end up playing like shows, and it doesn't matter what genre, because like if you make good friends with someone, they're going to remember that. So when they do a multi-genre bill, especially for festivals, they're going to
gonna
call
all-
you
yeah,
just
they're gonna
because
be
they
like,
like
"Hey."
your vibes. So
Couldn't have said it no better
Yeah,
than
you're 100% correct on that. I mean, that's the one thing I love about being down here. I come from Massachusetts, like I say all the time, and it's a very cutthroat musician society up there. And
Yeah.
it's really weird, you know. And I come down here, yeah, it is. It's very different up there. It's you know, I mean, the bands up there, they don't hate each other, but man, it's not a good vibe between the bands up there. It's very different, you know. It's like, you know, yeah, we're all in this together, but I'm
Make
about
your own way.
myself.
Wasn't Nashville like that before back in the day, Robert? If I remember.
Yes, back in the late 90s, yes, it
Yeah,
was.
late 90s.
It was very
yeah.
cutthroat. I mean,
Early
Yeah.
90s was like that in a few places.
But
too,
I will
or
say
was
this:
it the late
I
90s?
came
Yeah.
down here, and every night I go out, I meet somebody new, and next thing I know, they're at my house or I'm at their house, and we're jamming, and I'm like, "Wow, this is how it should be."
I've seen
You know,
it like that.
this is how it should be. You know,
Yeah.
and I mean, it's incredible, absolutely incredible. The people I'm meeting down here, and you know, because I came down here, I'm not gonna lie, I came down here like, man, I'm a guitar player from Massachusetts. I'm coming down to Nashville. Oh my God, I'm gonna make a fool of myself down there.
No.
And the support that I mean, it's like everybody just, no matter what band we've played with, no matter what band we've went and seen or has come to see us, it's just like everybody just opened up their arms and said, welcome.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm in love, absolutely in love with this place and
It's
every
like-
one of these musicians.
it's like a lot of musicians, you know. Tesla Dawn one time, she asked me, she said, I'm playing out Kid Rock. Come down and watch me play. I was up at Bowie's. I made a special trip down there and listened to about 3 of her songs and let her know I was there, you know. So, sweetheart, I did. I promised you. You know, and people. I hear people. Yeah, I'll come to your show. And you never see them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you want me to show up for your show. Well, you need to show up for mine. I'll show up for yours.
Yeah, that's
I will.
that's
I'll
the
give
mentality.
anybody listen.
Yeah.
Same thing with like Facebook. If I'll put a song out there or something. If I like your stuff, you'll like my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't like your stuff, you're not gonna like my stuff. That's the same thing. So it's like I think I have an idea like with bands like Element 117 will go to 10 bands and say, hey, we're gonna go to one of your shows as a band. We're gonna go to your show. You, like she said, we have families. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays. People work.
Yeah.
Let's get a venue. In your band, 10 bands go to watch that. 3 bands.
Yeah.
And that bar can make money. We can buy food and we can have a good time because the music's your life.
Yeah.
What are you doing on the weekend?
Yeah.
You gonna go watch football? No, I'm gonna go support a rock band because I want to play to a full house. Man, I believe you're playing. Robert, me, him. We're gonna play. If 10 people, we're gonna give it hell.
Sure, yeah.
But if you're playing in front of 100 people, man, there's a thing.
Makes it a little
Adrenaline comes out, and that's when magic happens. You're up there singing. You got people up there banging their hands because you're a rock singer. You know what I mean? You get up there, people that are into it. That's just gonna take her to a whole level. Michael Jordan didn't dunk from the free throw line, dude, without 1,000. Have 2 guys watching Michael Jordan play. He's not gonna bring out the shit that he did. So we can get people in there to support bands.
Yeah.
We just got to start, like she said. We got to get with them.
Yeah.
Because I have
establish that friendship.
Establish that friendship. Because I noticed that because I looked over there. Robert don't like my stuff on Facebook. That's why I don't like his stuff on Facebook. Okay? If Robert start pushing like button on some of my stuff, maybe I'll push it on Robert's. That's an example.
I never like any of Wayne's stuff on Facebook.
I don't ever like when he does push something on me, I'll push it back on him.
I did send you something last week.
It's so funny. You know what I mean? It's borderline childish.
It was just too badass not to pass it.
But that's why we live. That's why we're human beings. I'm trying to be better. I used to take stuff very personal.
He still does.
He looks like someone that still does.
He still does.
It's the spiky hair.
I've gotten to the point like, you know what, man?
We've had group hug sessions.
What are you doing this for? And I can honestly say this. I ain't doing this. I'm doing this because, man, I enjoy doing what I'm doing. I'm having fun doing it, regardless if I sound like shit or this. I'm having fun, man. And this dude right here is having fun. Yeah. And seeing Mike to be able to live his dream, be doing what he's doing through me or him, man, I'm thankful for that. And every show we do, I let people know about Michael Kersey. And I will do that. And I always said, when Michael loses the vision, I'm going to lose the vision. Thank you, Mike.
You're welcome.
Keep the vision for Mike.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There you go. Keep the vision
And
going.
my
for
whole
him.
vision is not be playing in clubs, be doing arenas and stadiums.
He
and
wants us in
Yeah.
Europe, like now.
That's where I grew up
that's where
in
you
those
want it.
venues and stuff, so I can see what.
And the cool thing about it is, and he's realistic. He can
I'm
name
dead
off.
serious.
He can name off guys right now that are good friends. That's dude. He was just hanging with Martin of Accept the other night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And the
Martin,
drummer for Sweet.
Yeah, Phil
And
Shouse.
the guy from American Idol.
Ricky Scholes, his buddy Ricky Scholes tours. How many shows did Ricky play with the Eagle Band?
Oh, like 135.
Yeah,
a year.
Wow.
He knows these guys. He's seen it can happen like that.
Yeah.
And
You got the goods. I had
I
a
wanted
conversation with
friends.
Gene Simmons
Yeah.
one time, and because Gene said it was over Twitter,
Yeah.
he said there hasn't been no great bands since the '80s, and I'm like, what about Metallica, dude?
Yeah.
What about
I mean,
Avenged
even Guns N'
Sevenfold?
Roses, Avenged Sevenfold.
But when Gene talks, he talks about when he says rock's dead, he don't mean there ain't rock and roll bands out. He's just saying that you can't do it the way he used to do it, man.
No.
There used to be, man. I grew up in Sacramento, man, and there's California. There was budgets for videos, $600,000 for a video.
Yeah.
You're lucky if you can get somebody to give you $500 to shoot a video nowadays. Like you said, this involved being more creative, and you guys are keeping it alive too, man. You know, your passion is keeping everything alive. We can make change, and now that I'm in the scene more heavy than I've ever been, I make shows more often. I try to be, because I've slacked. You know what I mean? But tomorrow's a new day, man. We live and learn, right?
We do.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, we have a song called Tomorrow.
Keita can tell you, I show up, pop up all kinds of different places, don't I?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like you're one of the. If you look at all my Facebook pictures from shows, he's in a lot.
Yeah, I believe me and you are Facebook friends. I think you had sent me a and how many times have I contacted you on there? And I apologize for that because I'm starting to know you. You're a great person.
Listen, Facebook, like this is my skills come from because I'm not afraid to talk to people. I'm a social fucking butterfly. So like I'm talking to everybody at shows. But that's like, I'm very grateful that I have that in me because just the way, like now you can pay for the blue check mark. So like you're now as an independent band trying to network through Facebook, trying to get eyes on your shit through Facebook. Like you're competing with people who will pay for a blue check mark. It doesn't matter if they're paying just to have a blue check mark look nice for their, like next to their name. That's not what they're doing it for. They're doing it because they get pushed in your feed. So everything is like curated in a way that you can't even really compete with anymore. So that's another thing that I see coming where if we're really going to get people to these shows, like I did it with the Cobra show.
Yeah.
The Joffin guys just played a nearly sold out show at the Cobra, which is a modest capacity, but it's a nice place to fill out.
Yeah.
With some national acts that are touring. And like I got those flyers. And I was like in different cities. I was just talking to people like, I feel like this person, like they vibe like they would listen to metal. So I would ask them like, what kind of music do you listen to? It did not matter what their fucking answer was. They were going to get a flyer for the show. But I think like that's how I can get people to shows because that's the only way you can really make a connection and look someone in the eyes and like really say like, you might like this band if you listen to this or that. And then even if they don't like my band, I know so many of y'all motherfuckers that like there's something I can like recommend. I can tell them to tune into Homemade God Studio and like just
but don't let her put herself down. She is a good singer.
Yeah.
Yes, she is. Yeah, I went to the Cobra and heard her.
Get in the word out with flyers. Hey, that's it. That's what it takes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like again having those personal relationships. So I don't ever have to do the drop the flyer in the messenger thing and then either not say something or have some canned like copy paste statement that because I actually talk to friends, so it's like, and everybody does that with me, like, hey, if you're not doing any HGS shit this Saturday, go to this show. Your homies in this band are gonna be there. Like there's an actual conversation around it, but like you can't use Facebook that way anymore. So like if you're not seeing my shit, I'm really like I try not to scroll. They'll catch me sometimes with that first post. And so I'll look at it and I'll interact with it. I'll be going onto Facebook for specific reasons, to post something or to look up something or to research, like to
or to play my games. That's about it.
I try not to waste any time on fucking Facebook. I will go there to.
Well, it's an old person.
But they'll trap me. It'll be.
It does that. I'll get stuck in it some because I'll start scrolling. I'll actually scroll looking at the
artist. If they catch me with that first post, then 10 minutes later I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah, that's the thing because that first one. I'll
there.
either go to that band and look at all their shit, or I'll go on to the next post and I'll just start seeing what everybody's posting. And especially on the Homemade God one, I get a lot of band stuff on there, and I'll hear a lot of things, and it's like, damn.
I got that same disease as you, except mine's just with guitars.
We'll definitely.
I get that too.
Follow you on that.
What do you think I do? I get on Facebook. I'm like the guy with the TV remote with 200 channels and nothing freaking on the damn TV.
But it's designed to be that way. So, like, of course, and that's what another thing that makes it hard to promote. For me, it's easy because, like, I haven't been doing it lately, but normally, once somebody would send me a friend request, now you have to, like, even look at them to make sure that they're not bots.
I do.
Yeah,
make sure they're not bots.
5,000-person limit cap. And you're not going to see all those people anyways because it's just going to try to think of, like, what the fuck you want and keep giving you that shit when really you want to see all the homies who are in bands, right?
Yeah.
So I, like, as soon as I added someone, I would unfollow them. And the only things that would show up in my feed were like the groups that I'm in, like music groups, obviously, and then the different band pages.
Right.
But now they don't give a fuck about that. They're going to show you whatever they don't
Whatever
care.
they want.
Yeah, yeah, they're doing a lot of
You
that.
can set it up that
Whatever
way in
they
the
want.
settings to just like unfollow everybody,
And
and,
there's-
then go back and choose who you follow.
And there's people out there like that that follow that respond, like Ryan Spencer Cook. You know, this dude's news feed must be. I mean, it's work. It would be work. It
it's
could be
work.
a blessing in disguise. You could ask for that, then you get it, then you're like, oh man,
Yeah.
what did I ask for? It's work. Being a-
That's why I have my wife. She handles all my Instagram pages, all my musician pages, and she.
Yeah, it does.
Exactly. This is why, you know, like I was saying, just to reiterate, you got to have that support system, like Keita said.
Yeah.
You know, you got to have the friends, the family, everybody got to be there to support you and back you. It just makes that life so much easier, so much more enjoyable
A
too.
lot of people behind the scenes.
Yeah, a lot of people behind the scenes. Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize even just what makes this band flow. There's a lot of people behind the scenes that
I'll
don't
tell
even
you,
realize.
There's nothing worse than going to a show and somebody coming up to you and saying, "Hey, I messaged you about a week ago. You remember that conversation?" I'm like, "Talk to my wife." She handles all my accounts.
Listen, I handle my own, and it'd be like
I
that.
apologize to everybody for that, you know. But I mean, I don't have the time. If I don't have a guitar in my hand, I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
That's basically it.
That should be
Hey, I
on
know.
a t-shirt.
I do know how to get his attention,
That should
though.
be on a t-shirt.
yeah, you do.
Yeah, so it's probably about time to wrap it up and get to the performance, which I'm really fucking
shit,
excited
yeah.
about.
That's
Because
great.
again, HGS exclusive, and Johnny hates it when anybody makes the sound, but
Bam, 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 bam.
No, it is.
but yeah, HGS exclusive. We're gonna get the first ever acoustic.
First
set.
ever
Yeah,
acoustic
first,
set.
First time, and just one thing that I'm chiming out. Our music is it's to inspire you and to motivate you and to let you know that, like, we're gonna start off with let your voices cry. It's about it's so many people out there are being judged and can't be who they are. And if you don't talk and speak up, it will never change, regardless
No.
of what it is. Because I'm no better than you. We have a voice, use it.
Yes, stand up for those that you see
Yeah.
need it,
Yeah.
and don't be afraid of it.
So many people want you to live like they want you to live.
Yeah.
You know, let your voice
Fear.
cry, man. Cry. It's because if you don't dig deep, it ain't coming out, and that's what it takes.
Everyone, do your shadow work.
Always. do your
Take
shadow
shrooms
work.
every once in a while.
Exactly.
I'd like to thank everybody for listening to us and watching, if you're watching or listening, and get ready for Element 117 Unplugged.
Shit, yeah. Enjoy the commercial,
do this.
everybody. I don't know what commercials we got going on this time, but it's the same from last week.
Hey, what's up? This is Miranda from LS Music Promotions. LS Music Promotions is a concert promoter and booking agency from Owensboro, Kentucky. We put on concerts, help bands with show booking, and work with venues to remain full of talent. Our goal is to help grow the local music scene and to support musicians. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube, LS Music Promo, to stay up to date with us. Together, we rock.
How's everybody doing today? We're here at
The Oh My God Studios.
Johnny Gibson. Thank you very much.
Oh.
We are Element 117. We're going to play an acoustic set for you. Mike Green, Robert Runke, you ready to do this?
Let's kick it.
Song is called Let Your Voices Cry. Count us in, Robert.
1, 2, 3.
Myself to the world. My thoughts and memories have haunted me. It's time we made a turn. It's time we stand up tall and let our voices cry. The choice is freedom brings will never let us die. We see what lies ahead. The promise that we've made to ourselves will stand up in the end. It's time we stand up tall and let our voices cry. The choice is freedom brings will never let us die. Cry. The choice is freedom brings will never let us die. Thank you very much. Nice. Great atmosphere here. Like, nice little place here. This song here is called Pain and Agony. Hope you enjoy it. got my mind all wound up, searching for a sanity. The lies and vicious rumors that she put me through has me running around in circles, wondering what to do. You will never bring me down. Now it's time for me to stand my ground. I won't back down. I will set myself free from this pain and agony. Your miseryless company. I'm not being your guest no more. Every time you walked on me, I picked myself back off the floor. I'm getting stronger day by day. The time has come to turn the page. I won't be your prisoner no more. It's time for me to shoot out the door. You will never bring me down. Now it's time for me to stand my ground. I won't back down. I will set myself free from this pain and agony. I will set myself free from this pain and agony. Pain and agony. Pain and agony. Pain and agony. Pain and agony.
Wow. That was interesting. That was cool. Yeah. Yeah.
Just to let everybody know, I'm trying to transcribe these solos for the first time ever on acoustic.
It's cool stuff.
You're
though.
doing great, brother.
Yeah. This is what it's all about. God made studios, man. You come out here and you let it out, man. I mean, let it flow. Love it.
If I can do it, every band out there better be on the show doing it too.
Yeah, I think you got something here, John. Acoustic night. All right, well, this song right here was wrote during the pandemic. You know, a lot of people, you know, weren't working. You know, a lot of people were losing their jobs and not be able to support their family because, you know, they weren't able to go outside and do things, you know. And this song came of it. Me and Michael Kersey, I had sent him a song. It was called Fear. And he had said, Wayne, do this and do this in here, man, because at the time the truckers were like on strike and everything. They couldn't do their things. And it's just Fear came out of it. So I hope you enjoy it. Your journey ends in
this path, you wonder why they let you in. They will steal your soul, brainwash your mind. You will never be free again. You ask them why, they will tell you lies. Your life will now end. Mandates, wear your mask. Mandates, get the vax. Mandates. Mandates, wear your mask. Mandates, get the vax. Mandates. You finally wake up and you see the light. You're covered with anxiety and fear. You ask yourself, why did you cross this path? You wonder why they've let you in. They will steal your soul, brainwash your mind. You will never be free again. You ask them why, they will tell you lies. Your life will now end. They will steal your soul, brainwash your mind. You will never be free again. You ask them why, they will tell you lies. Your life will now end. Mandates, wear your mask. Mandates, get the vax. Mandates. Mandates, wear your mask. Mandates, get the vax. Mandates. Now you are entering a new stage of life. You've left everything in the rear. You're looking forward, but there's no turning back. The time you will spend is right here. They will steal your soul, or brainwash your mind. You will never be free again. You ask them why, they will tell you lies. Your life will now end. Bring it home now. Mandates, wear your mask. Mandates, get the vax. Mandates. Mandates, wear your mask. Mandates, get the vax. Mandates. You can't enter the building if you don't wear your mask.
Fair.
That was different.
This song's called Step Back. Count me in.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Feel the power, I feel the pain. I hear the preacher man calling my name. I gotta look forward, no looking back. Gotta keep it moving, never turning back. Step back 'cause I'm coming like a freight train. Shout 'cause I'm making my move. This time nothing's gonna stop me. I told you before, I got nothing to lose. Step back. This time, watch out. Step back. This time, watch out. I know your conscience drives you insane.
Step back, people.
Hey, there's no way we're playing this.
Story behind Tomorrow. Tomorrow's a song. It's about, we have this moment. You know, we go to work every day. We pay our bills. We get stressed out. Whatever that thing is, it's going to be here tomorrow. That stress is going to be here tomorrow. When you pay your bills, it's going to be here tomorrow. So enjoy the moment you have, because tomorrow's always going to be here if you're lucky. So, you know, enjoy right now and just put all that shit tomorrow. Worry about tomorrow. 1, 2, 3, go.
You say you know the truth. You're wondering why today. You say you can't believe. What are they gonna say? Stop worrying about tomorrow. Don't worry about today. Stop worrying about tomorrow. Let the journey run its way. You say the time's not right. You're thinking it never will. You ask yourself tonight, are you willing to take the deal? Start worrying about tomorrow. Don't worry about today. Start worrying about tomorrow. Let the journey run its way. Stop worrying about tomorrow. Stop worrying about today. Stop worrying about tomorrow. Everything's gonna be okay.
Tomorrow.
Thank you.
Smoke on the horizon. You are only coming through in waves. Your lips move, but I can't hear what you say. When as a child, I got a feeling. Once again, I cannot explain. You will not understand. This is not how I am. I have become comfortably numb. That'll keep you coming for a ship. Come on, it's time to go. That's about all I got.
Yeah.
God did not bless me with a voice.